Hey everybody, thanks for making some time for yourselves today. Again, my name is Derek Harris, and we'll just get started. My hope is that you actually do commit to this time that you honored, you've carved out in your day, just sit, breathe, and acknowledge where you are in this amazing journey that we all call life. So find a comfortable seat. For me, I'm cool if you take off your shoes and maybe your socks, depending on what your comfort level is. I would suggest that you do so. And then try to make your way more towards the front edge of whatever it is you're sitting on. And just sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to rest on your knees, taking a deep breath and let it go. We'll do that two more times. Inhale, taking another deep breath. Exhale, open up your mouth, let it go on us. One more deep breath in through the nose. Inhale. And again, let it go. Namaste. Happy Thursday. And with your hands resting on your knees, with your eyes closed, sitting up nice and tall, let's just do a scan. We're going to start with the crown of the head. Notice if there's any tension in the crown of the head. Release any tension in the forehead, between your eyebrows, your cheeks, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Just feel the arms sort of dangling out of the shoulder girdle. Your chest, your abdomen, softening your hip creases. And maybe you can settle more weight into your feet. And let's come back to the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Notice how your chest rises and falls as you inhale and exhale, and how your tummy expands and contracts as you inhale and exhale. Just allow your awareness of this rhythm and the subtle changes in the physical form to bring you into a place of peace, a place of calm, a place of acceptance. Acknowledging that where you are right now is where you are meant to be. So there's no need to linger in the past with your thoughts, no need to race ahead. Allow yourselves to quiet the mind and land in the now. And check in that the heart space is wide open. Allowing oneself to not only send love, but to receive love. Again, bring your awareness back to your feet. This is your connection into Mother Earth, into the physical world. See if you can sit up a little bit taller, moving energy out through the crown of head, up into the spiritual world or Father Sky. And know that Mother Earth and Father Sky will always provide. Bring the backs of your hands to rest on your knees with the palms facing up. This is a sign of surrender. It's also a sign that you are ready to receive. So allow yourselves to receive the information that's being fed to you from one moment to the next, from one cycle of breath to the next. Receive the information and allow it to inform your next steps. So bring your palms to press together. Bring your thumbs to press into the heart space roughly at your sternum. And just take a moment to acknowledge some of the blessings that have already been bestowed upon you. So we'll move forth from a place of gratitude. And maybe you'll set an intention for our time together today, or maybe an intention, a mantra of some sort for the rest of the day or your week. You may choose to dedicate this time to someone in particular, maybe to a group of people, or you might just decide, hey, I'm sending a little extra love out into the universe. Why not? Great. Here we go. Open your eyes and take your arms straight out to the side about shoulder height. And you're going to push through the heels of the hands, imagining that the walls are trying to close in on you, but you're pushing them away. That inner strength and the physical strength in this instance. You're going to make fists and just start to circle your wrists out in one direction. And then let the arms start to float overhead while circling out the wrists, bringing the upper arms as close to the sides of your head as possible. And then circle the wrist in the other direction. And let the arms start to float back out to the side. And then just keep it moving, circling the arm, circling the wrist, bring the arms close to the side body. So again, ideally you're sitting more towards the front edge of your seat. Just let the left arm dangle along the side body. You're gonna let your chin settle towards your chest. Let the right ear roll over towards your right shoulder. Chin back to your chest. Let the left ear roll over towards your left shoulder. Chin back to your chest. Right ear rolls over towards the right shoulder. Chin back to your chest. Left ear rolls over towards the left shoulder. Chin back to your chest. Now, the right ear rolls over to the right shoulder again. Bring your right hand to rest on the left side of your face. And energetically, let's try to hug those left fingertips closer to the mat so you're creating more distance between your left shoulder and your left ear. You might feel some more sensations along the side of your neck. Now from here, just rotate your nose towards your right armpit. And then rotate the nose diagonally up and back. Rotate the nose towards your right armpit again. Rotate the nose diagonally up and back. One more time, rotate your nose towards your right armpit. You might change your hand, bring it to the left rear quadrant of your head. You can apply a little more pressure there. You might get your chin to press into that right pec tissue a little bit more. You might rotate your nose a little bit more towards that right armpit. And maybe you can try to get the left fingertips a little bit closer to the mat, your floor. Let's come out and bring your right ear back towards your right shoulder. You're going to release the right arm by your side and let your chin settle towards your chest. Bring your hands to rest on your knees. And then pressing your palms into your knees, just start to look up at the ceiling. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart high, look up. Then bring your chin back into your chest. And then sit up tall and keep it moving. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart high, look up. One more time, bring your chin into your chest. This time, just come up to sit nice and tall, coming back to a neutral seated position. Feel your toes spreading out nice and wide, grounding down into Mother Earth. We're going to release the right arm by the side body, left arm by your side body. Let the chin settle towards your chest and the left ear rolls over towards your left shoulder. Bring your chin back to your chest, right ear rolls over towards your right shoulder. Chin back to your chest, left ear rolls over towards the left shoulder. Chin back to your chest, right ear over to the right shoulder. Chin back to your chest, left ear over to the left shoulder. We're going to stay here. That left hand goes over and finds the right side of your face, and you're using the weight of that left hand to maybe get the left ear a little bit closer to your left shoulder, and envision someone gently tugging on those right fingers, pulling them closer to the floor. So you might start to feel some more sensations on the right side of your neck. From here, rotate your nose towards your left armpit. And then rotate, look diagonally up and back. Again, nose towards left armpit. And again, rotate, looking diagonally up and back. One more time, bring your nose towards your left armpit. You might adjust your hand so now it moves to the right rear quadrant of your head, and you can use the weight of your hand to maybe pull your chin into the pec tissue more, maybe rotate your nose into the left armpit a little bit more, and maybe the right shoulder continues to slide towards the floor so the fingertips are getting closer to the mat or your floor. And we'll come out of this, bring that left ear back towards your left shoulder. Release the left fingertips or left arm by your side body. Again, let your chin settle towards your chest. This time, we're going to separate the feet so they're maybe as wide as your shoulders. Take your hands to your knees, chin into your chest, and you're going to allow one vertebra to just fall away from the next, rounding the spine. And then at some point, just let your fingertips start to crawl along your shins. Maybe your fingertips come in contact with your ankles, or you can melt so far forward that maybe you just take hold of your elbows and give a gentle tug. So maybe holding onto the elbows is not accessible. You can have your fingertips on the floor, maybe they're on your shin, or maybe your hands stay on your knees or your thighs, and you just allow the torso to melt forward. It's all good wherever you are. Acknowledge that, celebrate it. We're going to take our time, we're going to start to roll your way up to sit again, nice and tall, stacking one vertebra on top of the next. No rush. When you make your way up to sit nice and tall again, bring your hands to your knees or your thighs, press down, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, and start to float the heart high. You might look up at the ceiling. You might even start to look for the wall behind you. And let's come up to sit nice and tall again. And just look over your right shoulder, and then your left shoulder, your right shoulder, and your left shoulder, the right shoulder, and again to the left. Come back to neutral, flip the arms high, have the palms facing each other. So my fingertips are moving out of the camera, but I'll move back a little. With the palms facing each other, upper arms close to the sides of your head, just lift the shoulders up and down. Lift the shoulders up and down. Lift the shoulders high again and stay here. See if maybe over the course of the next few breathings, if the shoulders can maybe get a little bit closer to the ears, fingertips can get a little bit closer to the ceiling. And exhale, let it go. Bring your arms, hands to your knees, and just shake your head out a little bit. Maybe jimmy your shoulders a little bit. Whatever you need. So from here, I'm going to ask you, you can maybe shift your weight back so that you're pressing your back. If you have a seat back, you can lean back or shift your weight back a little bit. I'm just going to extend the right leg forward, point the toes, flex your foot, and start to circle that right ankle out a few times. I'll turn to the side. So just circling the ankle out. And take your time. Sitting up tall. And then we'll change that action, just circle in the other direction. And let's say we're done with that, flex your foot again. So maybe you feel the quads engaging as you push through the heel of that right foot more. Maybe you get the toenails to curl more towards your shin, and then push through the ball of the foot, point the toes, curl the toes back, flex. Again, push, 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 point, curl the toes back, flex, 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 and let it go. Same thing, second side, sitting up tall. So maybe you're not leaning, well, if you're sitting in the seat back, try not to just kind of collapse in the lower back. It's there for support, or you're sitting up a little further forward. Whatever works best for you, we're going to extend that left leg forward. So contract the left hamstrings, flex that foot, curl the toes back towards your shin, and then point the toes. And then flex your foot. And we're going to start to circle the left ankle out. In one direction, take your time. Just trying to get all those nooks and crannies to open up so that the joints, maybe you can move more efficiently through your joints. And we'll circle in the other direction. And not even counting how many times, just sort of get lost in the doing of it. I will say at some point you will flex that foot again. Maybe you can engage your quads and then point, 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 push through the ball of the foot and then extend through the tips of the toes. Then curl the toes back and flex, 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 push through the heel. Again, point and flex and point and flex. Great, bend that knee and return your foot to the mat. And if you have the space, I'm just going to suggest that you come up to stand. And then you can turn your chair around. And just nice and easy, just step your right foot forward, just bring your heel maybe to the center of your seat. Your left knee might be straight or you're bending the left knee, and then just melt your way forward. Maybe your fingertips come in contact with the seat or maybe with the arms of your chair, and just let your head get nice and heavy round the spine. See if you can maybe pull your right hip back just a little bit more. You might feel your hamstrings working. Well, we're breathing boldly, right? Deep breaths. As you inhale, you're creating space, and as you exhale, maybe it's appropriate for you to move into that space you've created. Fingertips can be wherever they need to be. Standing knee might be bent. The leg that's on the chair, that knee might also be bent. So modify as your physical form allows. And then let's come out of it. And we'll just do the same thing on the second side. Step back. In that case, it was the right leg down. Now we're going to step the left foot forward. Maybe the supporting knee is bent. Maybe that leg, the left knee is bent. Maybe your fingertips are barely touching the the arms of your chair, and that's fine as long as you feel stable. If you're gonna fall, if you feel like you're gonna fall over, maybe step your feet, the back foot in closer, and you're using the back of your chair if you need a little more support. So yeah, we get to honor where we are. I'm not asking you to judge, right? There are enough people in the world that are out there trying to tell you what you can and cannot do. I'm celebrating that you can do some form of this. Yay. Relax your neck and shoulders and continue to breathe. If the breath starts to get choppy, if you ever find that you're not able to breathe fully, it might just be that you've gotten caught up in sensations and the swirling of life. We'll start to come out of this. In which case, I'd say, remind yourselves that you are amazing. So let's have a seat again. That was enough of that. Well, it's never enough of that for our purposes today. So we're going to have a seat again. Your right foot, flex that foot, bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. You want to sit a little more towards the front edge of your seat. And then take your right hand, just kind of press down on the right knee, right thigh, to see if maybe that can open up a little bit and release it. And then again, press down and release and press down and release. Again, press down. If it's okay, stay here pressing, your hands pressing down, and now try to, and then engage your abductor. So you're pressing the right thigh up into your hand, but you're pushing down at the same time. You might feel that that right hip is starting to warm up. If you ever feel a sharp pain, stop, right? Sharp pain is a sign for change. Sensations, yeah, you're here, right? And we're just working through some stuff. So we're just allowing that right hip maybe to feel a little more energized. And then let that action go. Release that. And then maybe your hands go to your right hand on your right knee, left hand on the right ankle, and just melt your way forward again. For some of you, you can just walk your, bring the arms over your shins and melt further forward. Fingertips might come down to your floor. Again, remember to breathe boldly, deeply. Great, take your time. If you're folding forward, just start to roll your way up to sit nice and tall. And we're going to remove the right ankle from the left knee, the left thigh. Extend the leg in front of you. Bend and straighten it a few times. Maybe circle the ankle out a few times in both directions. And then we'll do that on the second side. So again, just make sure your seat is comfortable and that you are, as best you can, keeping the shoulders over the hips so that alignment will engage the core a little bit so you're not rounding or collapsing in the lower back. And then here we go, we're going to bring the left ankle to that right knee. You might need to grab it and get it into place. It's all good. So we're going to take that left hand and just push it down into the left knee or maybe more towards your thigh or somewhere in between. It's okay. Excuse me, press down, sitting up tall, and then you'll release it. And again, pressing down and release it. Pressing down again and release it. So we're going to press down again, and then you'll get to stay here, pressing down, and then pressing your thigh up into your hand. So again, we're getting the adductors to fire up here. If it's too much, you get to come out of it. If you can, try to maybe get the sensations up to about 7 on a scale from 1 to 10. A smile always changes the energy in the moment. So maybe you add a smile to this. We're going to release that. And then we're folding forward, right? So folding forward might look like chin to chest hand, right hand on left ankle, left hand on left knee, and this is where you are. For some of you, maybe you're folding a little further forward. Maybe some of you, your fingertips slide down and actually find the floor. Relax your neck and shoulders. As you inhale, you're breathing down behind the kidneys, and as you exhale, soften a little bit more. Inhale, breathe into the hip creases. Exhale, let it go. Another deep breath in, right? I'm just calling it out, but you envision that breath this time traveling all the way down to the tip of your tailbone as you inhale. And then exhale, and a little bit deeper into the fold. And take your time, you slowly roll your way up again to sit nice and tall. When you make your way up to sit nice and tall, remove that left ankle from the right knee and just send the leg forward and bend it and straighten it a couple of times. Circle the ankle out in one direction and then in the other direction. And step your foot flat on the mat, on your floor. Keep saying that because I teach yoga. So moving towards the front edge of your seat again. Just going to take an easy twist here. Take your left hand to your right knee. And your right hand, depending on what your seat situation is, maybe it goes to the arm of the chair, or maybe even take it to the back of your chair. Try to keep your knees pointing in the same direction. Try to keep your hips squared off. And we're just going to rotate. That left hand could be on the right knee, or maybe it goes to the outside of your right thigh. If you're taking your hand to the outside of the thigh, you just want to press your knee into your hand to keep, again, that alignment. And then start to rotate, and you'll eventually look over your right shoulder. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can find more rotation. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe go deeper in your twist. You can adjust that right hand back further. One more deep breath. And exhale. Let it go. Great. Let's come back to center. Lift the shoulders up by the ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Hug them down the back. Move the tips of the shoulders forward. So doing a few shoulder rolls to the back. The next time your shoulders come up by the ears, you'll reverse that pattern. Do your shoulder rolls to the front, forward, down, back, and up. Next time your shoulders come up by the ears, stay there for a moment. Exhale, just let them go. Second side to play with. So you're going to take your right hand maybe to your left knee, or maybe it could go to the outside of your thigh. Your left hand maybe goes to the arm of your seat. It could go to the seat cushion behind you, or take it to the back, the seat rest behind you. We're going to take our time, sitting up tall, try to keep your hips even, just start to rotate, eventually looking over your left shoulder, you'll see something. Maybe it's the wall behind you, maybe not. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, find some more space. And as you exhale, maybe go deeper into your twist. Inhale. Exhale again. Maybe you can go deeper. Maybe you've maxed out. It's all good. One more deep breath. Exhale. Deeper into that twist. Great. We're going to start to come out of it, come back to neutral. We're going to lift the shoulders up by the ears. And let it go. Lift the shoulders up by the ears and let it go. One more time, lift the shoulders high. Exhale, let it go. Hands to your knees or your thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. And again, we're just going to let the shoulder blades lift the heart up to the ceiling. Look up. Try not to let the shoulders creep up by the ears. Feel your shoulder blades sliding towards your hips. You might even see the wall behind you. And eventually make your way back to neutral, sitting up tall. And just let your head swivel atop that first vertebra of the cervical spine like a bobblehead doll. Nice and easy. Great. Again, sitting up tall. Take your right arm, just reach it forward. You're going to curl your fingertips back towards your forearm, and I'll turn on an angle here. And then take your left hand and just pull the fingers back towards your forearm. See if you can push through the heel of the hand a little bit more. Try not to let the shoulder slide up by the ear. Spread the fingers out wide as you pull them back. Great. Now flip your hand the other way. Fingers are going to point down. And then take your hand again to the back of your hand and just kind of pull the fingertips towards your forearm. You might even start to make somewhat of a fist with that right hand as you're pulling or pressing against the back of your hand. Great, let that go. And we'll do the same thing on the second side. So extend your left arm forward, curl the fingers back towards your forearm. Your right hand goes to your fingers. Use that for leverage and just pull them back towards your forearm as much as you can. And the image I have here is sort of like Spider-Man. And when he shoots his web, so it comes out of, okay, enough of that, geeking out on cartoons, comic books. So here we go, just push you through the heel of the hand, pull those fingers back, spread the fingers wide. Try to take the wrinkling out of that elbow crease, right? So you want to push through that, extend through the left arm as much as you can. Again, shoulder doesn't need to come up by the ear. That's not a part of this. And we'll let it go. Flip the fingers to point down. Palm is facing you now. And same thing, you're going to use your right hand for some leverage, pressing against the back of the hand. And that might be enough. But you also might choose to kind of curl your fingers in, creating more of a fist action, and continue to push. Great, we're gonna let that action go. Release it, and let's come back to circling out the wrists, spreading the fingers out like a flamenco dancer, right? Articulating through all the fingers. And then just do that in the other direction. Circling those wrists. Great, let's do one more thing. Take your left hand to your left thigh, bring the right arm up. Right arm close to the side of your face and just start to lean straight over to the left. Keep pressing that heel of right foot into the floor, right big toe presses into the floor, and try not to let the right shoulder or ribs rotate forward. Just get to the side body a little bit. And then maybe that right shoulder can slide a little bit closer to your ear. And let's come out of it. Bring your right hand to your right thigh or knee. Left fingertips float up. And take your side stretch, leaning straight over to the right as if you were sandwiched between two plates of glass. And just anatomically, you might want to think of shortening off the right side. That's going to allow the left side of the spine to open up. The left side of rib cage to open up more. Maybe the shoulder slides up. Try not to let the ribs roll forward. Just get into that side body pressure, left big toe. and heel the foot firmly into your floor. Arm might get closer to the side of your head. And then make your way up to sit nice and tall. Let your chin settle towards your chest. This time I'm going to say maybe move your feet much further apart and just fold forward. And this folding forward action could be forearms on your thighs and let the head get heavy. Maybe your hands are on your thighs, or maybe you can go deeper. And just allow the torso to melt between your thighs as much as possible. Palms or fingertips might press into the mat. Let's just take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, soften. Inhale, taking another deep breath. Exhale, soften a little bit deeper into this forward folding action. Maybe press your hands into the floor to pull your torso through your thighs a little bit more. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take your time. Start to roll your way up to sit. Nice and tall. When you make your way up to sit nice and tall, one big old shoulder roll to the back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bring your hands to your knees and then look up. Up to the ceiling. Come back to neutral. And now maybe you will sit back in your seat, sitting up tall. Again, bring the backs of your hands maybe to rest on your thighs. Take a few breaths here. Breathing into the space that you've created. Choosing to feel any voids that may be here, like whatever you've released, whatever you've purged the physical and psychological form of. Choose to fill the voids with that void or the voids with higher vibrations, more joy, more love, compassion, all of that. And again, allow yourselves to receive love. As you prepare to move forward with your day, if you choose to add a smile just randomly, I totally support it. Moving forward, acknowledging that you created time in your day and you honored it. Time for self, and you honored it. Yay. Let's find Anjali Mudra, or bring your hands, palms to press together, bring your thumbs to press into your sternum again. I encourage you to take your yoga with you, allow it to arm you as you navigate your way through your moment-to-moment existence. Try to remain less reactive, stay in your place of peace, always letting your light shine. Deep breath in. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Great. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. Have an awesome, awesome day, an amazing weekend, and hopefully you'll honor your commitment next week at the same time. And I'll see you all again very soon, hopefully. Again, namaste. Derek Harris signing out. You can ask questions if the format allows you to do so. If anything has come up for you, I hope that's okay, Stephanie. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.